If you've never watched someone die, consider yourself blessed. 10 out of 10, I would not recommend it. As an 18-year practicing paramedic, this was a natural part of my job. It changes you. It changes how you value the quality of life, how you value time, the things that matter, and the things that just don't. It's an extremely profound, life-changing experience that really defies description. You realize that humanity and living is about more than anatomy and physiology. It's about a person's ideas and their dreams. It's about the people that love them, everything that they were, and everything that they could have been, but gone in a moment. But there's a window of time that exists. And where everything that you just watched slip away has the ability to be revived and reconciled back to that person. And what determines the outcome of that window is action. This is where paramedics come in. This is their purpose and their design, to protect that window. Now, imagine this. Imagine you or someone that you love goes into cardiac arrest. And paramedics show up, they take a look around, they assess the scene, and then they do nothing. They do nothing. Because they're tired. The work is too hard. Or worse, because it's not them or anyone that they know or love or care about. So you're on your own. You figure it out. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Try harder. Could you imagine that being the response? That would be such a violation of public trust. We need them. We depend on them. The safety of our communities depend on them. It's an incredible amount of responsibility. But they're not the only ones that have the ability to protect that window. In Seattle, Washington, they have a 62% pre-hospital cardiac arrest survival rate. That's not just best or top in the United States, that's one of the best in the world. So here's a life hack. If you're gonna go into cardiac arrest, do it in Seattle, because you have the best chance of being able to come back and tell us what's on the other side. But no, seriously. Seriously, how do they get rates that high? It's because 75% of their citizens know CPR. I'm going to say that again. 75% of Seattle citizens know CPR. But it's more than just knowing. It's the doing. They put into action what they know. They have determined as a community that the work and the discomfort of CPR is worth it. They partner with paramedics, doctors, nurses, the whole entire 911 system to be a part of saving the life and spirit of their fellow man. That's magical. But more than that, it's a reflection of love. And just like the human heart can go into cardiac arrest, so too can the soul of a society. And just like CPR has the ability to revive the human heart, the human body, so too can truthful, responsible, action-driven love revive the soul of a nation. We here in the United States, we're the ones in cardiac arrest. We've lost our pulse. Our communities are collapsing under the weight of individualism, division, apathy, and this hollow definition of love that only serves to be self-indulging and not to be connective. Government officials, just like paramedics, cannot save us alone. They need us, the citizens. And we, the people, we need them. We can't just stand by scrolling our timeline and trolling each other, all in the name of love of country. No, love is more than an emotion. It's the actions we take, and it's the way that we take them. Now, I get it. This may seem unnatural or a little over the top, what I'm proposing here. Our natural instincts lean us to self-preservation, to stay uninvolved, to stay comfortable, out of the way. But love disrupts all of that. It pushes us past self-interest and into the service of others. Love compels us to engage, to listen, and to sacrifice. It forces us to have difficult conversations, to take perspectives, and to hold ourselves and each other accountable. Love isn't passive, but it's bold and courageous, and it causes us to fight. It understands that life consists of us all, and it fights for the quality of that, encouraging us each to show up as the best versions of ourselves. Love holds boundaries. It speaks the truth, and it calls us to something higher. It doesn't shrink away in fear. It doesn't shy away from responsibility. Because a world without boundaries or truth or accountability, it's not real. That's just not real. What that is hollow. It's selfish. It's isolating. It's empty. It's death. And if the citizens of Seattle have taught us anything, it's that survival doesn't happen by accident. It takes partnership. It takes a community who is determined that they are not going to stand by, but they are going to get involved so that they don't watch life slip away. So what does that mean? Well, in my EMS world, that means you activate the chain of survival. What is the chain of survival, you ask? Yeah, there it is. I'm glad you asked. Well, first you have to recognize the emergency. We have to take stock of what is going on. All this walking around in our own world, in our own little bubble, because we're good, that doesn't work. We need to be curious, not only about ourselves, but the people around us. What kind of experiences are other people having? Not just you. That will help us to see where we are. We have to activate this response. Where have you grown apathetic? Where are you not listening, not connecting? And how can you change that? Who can you talk to that has a different idea or perspective than you do? How can you listen with no agenda? Just to understand. You don't have to agree, but at least try to understand. It starts with us. It's not their problem, they're gonna fix it. We have to fix it. You have to fix it. I have to fix it. Perform the compressions. We have to speak the truth in love. Now, I know there's a lot of truth tellers out here, but it ain't always the most loving truth. But we have to be kind to one another. This is how we begin to revive things, is by telling the truth. Call people in, not out. Figure out ways that you can agree, that you are alike, and not always looking for ways to tell people what they're not and how you're different. Sacrifice something, your time, your desire to be right. Let it go. Allow someone else to have a moment so that we can begin to revive what has died. Use the defibrillator. We got to shock the system. Listen, there's a whole lot of false narratives out here. Call them out. We can't just let lies and false things go unchecked and unanswered. We have to get involved in our communities. Show up. Don't just talk about it, but be present. And we have to vote. We have to exercise our voice in that way. And not just in the big elections, but in the local ones, because that's where real change happens, is right at home in your backyard. And don't just you vote. Take 5 people with you. Let's all go out. These are how we change things. These are ways in how we shock the system. And finally, we sustain life. It can't just be a moment. We rally for a second and then everything goes away. We got to think legacy moves. What can I do that will outlast me? And in that way, think about your values, how you're raising your children, the examples that you're setting for the children in your neighborhood. Think mentorship. These are things that will outlast us all and ways that we can get involved. So I ask you, what will you do? Our window is still open. We are in it. This is our moment. And we have a charge that we can accept or we can stand by and do nothing. But everything starts with action. And every action starts with just a thought. Thank you.